What was the thought behind the name Anicut?
Okay. Very good.
It's a very unique name.
I hope I'm not boring you guys. I think it's 10th standard. I stood the highest, I think probably, I think in the state, probably. I ought to just check in the history and geography, I think way back. I was fascinated by history and I continue to chase history. So I think, when it decided to name the company, so I said, I think, we should have something like from Tamil Nadu, which lasted for generations, which I think has created so much of impact.
Okay.
So what, one thing which came to my mind was Grand Anicut, which is Kalanai.
Kalanai. Oh, okay.
So, I had been there so many times. I get fascinated. I think I imagine myself that the day it was constructed, if someone was as a leader, was standing there in that river and seeing this, how he would have imagined I think such a structure. So I said, okay, it lasted for, it continues to be there for the last 1,700 years.
Yeah.
And it continues to irrigate. It continues to be in the same place. I tend to believe that the construction of Grand Anicut was the beginning of the wealth creation of the Chola belt, Tanjavur belt.
Yeah.
Maybe they attained supremacy in terms of their empire and everything some maybe 400 years later or 500 years later. But that's what happens in life. You can't do everything in one generation, I think, except few cases. Otherwise, you slog, make it, and then leave it.
Pass it on. Yeah.
Okay. So I was fascinated. So I think, so I was telling my Punjabi partner, saying that I think, this is one where, it collects water, it channelizes the water, which we can collect the money and channelize to companies as investments. So I think, why don't we look at Grand Anicut?
Wow.
So I think that's how Grand Anicut...
That's a great name, guys, actually. Yeah, that's a great story.
So Grand Anicut came into existence with that. So I think I had a thought. So I said, I think we will name the funds after Grand Anicut. So we will call it as Grand Anicut Fund. So I always fascinated by this, 3 letters, TVS, TMS, MGR, 007. So I said, okay, Grand Anicut Fund means GAF.
GAF.
So GAF 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how the most optimistic people on the day, am I right? I said, okay, GAF 1 to, luckily for us, it played out to GAF 1 to 6. So far, I think it'll go to GAF 10 next year. But I think those 3 letters from Grand Anicut. And when we had to name the asset management company, so Anicut came into existence.
Wow.
So that's how it is. So, but the point is that I think, how many of you are good in Tirukkural, I would not know. I would have really loved this entire conversation in Tamil, but so this was, there was one couplet, Takkar Tagavilar Enbar, Avavar Echattar Kanapadum. I don't know how many of you know this. Eccham is droppings. After you leave, like the bird droppings, after one leaves, like the world, you would be known by the droppings which you made. The droppings could be the building which you left. The droppings could be the children you left. I think, what the Cholas left, the dropping was temples and I think, also Kalanai. This Kalanai. And in a way, we thought I think, can we leave Anicut as a dropping and see?
Great.
That's how the inspiration
Wow,
was.
actually a wonderful story. Actually, wonderful story.